What's up everyone, I'm Gooshy, and we got more information on the Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island expansion. 5 different news outlets, got an inside interview with Sucker Punch's devs, most notably Nate Fox, the creative director, Jason Connell, the art director, the senior writer Patrick Downs, and Environment's Lead Joanna Wang. From these interviews, they've confirmed and refuted some leaks we had in the past, teased some new secrets, and went more into depth on the PS5 specific changes and why they chose to make it a paid upgrade. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So these interviews come from Push Square, Geek Culture, IGN, 4Players, and Press Start. What's great is that each different source got to ask their own questions, giving us different pieces and info on this Iki Island expansion. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over is what information got confirmed and refuted from the previous leaks. So it is confirmed that Iki Island is around the same size as the first act in Izuhara. Both the map size and the estimated playtime should be equivalent to Izuhara, depending on how much the side quests and activities that you do. Just like all other areas in the map, we will be able to fast travel back and forth between Iki Island and Tsushima, but only after we reach a certain point in the Iki Island expansion. Next, I wanted to go through the information that was refuted by Jason Connell, saying there will not be any new stances or weapons, and I think this makes a ton of sense. The 4 different sword stances are a core part of the game and are directly tied to the button layout of the controller. If there was a new stance, they'd have to come up with a way to either switch out different stances or change the button layout completely. So this begs the question, if there are new enemy types in the game and each sword type counters a specific enemy type, how would they implement this? So if you look at the current enemies, there are several enemies that actually don't correspond to a sword stance, these being the archers and the dagger enemies that throw the bombs. So this new enemy type could be a variation of these range-based Mongols, or another option would be that they could be a hybrid of 2 of the current sword stances. We kind of already have this with the brutes that hold the big shield and some of the Oni that have the shield and the spears. Going off the assumption that the new enemy type will be a shaman, I see them more as a ranged enemy, which, similar to the Mongols that throw the bombs, can throw flash grenades, poison grenades, or maybe even bombs that hallucinate you. For all you guys who really like how grounded the single player is, I'm happy to say that in the IGN article, they say we do want to respect the world that we've created in Ghost of Tsushima, which is grounded historically. We wanted to keep that, although there are touches of supernatural elements like guiding wind. It's not literally supernatural in the way that Legends is, but we took that as a springboard, and there's a fine line between what's supernatural and what's psychological. And so another question that was frequently asked was how difficult this expansion would be. They did say that they wanted to accommodate for both players that are directly starting off from Act 2 and returning players who got mostly everything in the game and are coming back to this side quest. And they said that the game's challenge level will adjust to meet where your character's at. This means that the level of difficulty will be dynamically adjusted depending on where you are in the game. Going back to a topic that I've discussed in my previous video, in the trailer we do see that the Mongols are colored purple. Following the visual design of enemies, these purple Mongol are the same color as the Oni in Legends. So I'm thinking that if you have completed the game, maxed out your resolve, your health, and got all the weapons, the enemies will be equivalent to the purple Oni in Legends. If you haven't completed the game, these Mongol enemy types might be the blue or even the yellow variants. Alright, moving on to what else got confirmed. It's confirmed that we got new skills, new armors, and stories. Specifically, it's confirmed that we have multiple mythic tales. So first of all, apparently we're going to have new horse skills. We've all seen the new horse armor in the previous trailer, and we do see the horse doing this charge attack. This is a new skill that the horse gets, and is most likely tied to the armor set that you have equipped on the horse. Very similar to how the armor set that Jin has gives you different perks and stat boosts. I also wanted to mention this other question that Push Square asked. In the trailer for Iki Island, we see Jin on a boat with his horse before a lightning storm hits, wrecks the boat, and we see the horse floundering in the water. What do you guys have against horses? For those who have played the game, we already know what happens to our horse, and that would be horrible if they kill off our horse again. But they respond saying that your horse is your best friend, and that your horse will play a role in Iki Island as well. So just to let you guys know, your horse should live the boat ride to Iki Island. Moving on to the new mythic tales, specifically Push Square asked, are there any new mythic tales on Iki Island that you can tell us about? Or is all of that a secret? And then Nate Fox said yes there are, implying that there are multiple mythic tales, and then he says it is a secret, meaning that at least one of them is hidden. So we will have to find out where this is and how to get it. Alright, from one of the other articles, we could kind of piece together maybe where this secret might be. So Push Start asks, what can you tell us about the landscape of Iki, and what secrets and side quests might await players on the island? Jason Connell then responds saying, you'll notice this fascinating rock sculpture, that's a real place. As soon as you see it, it's shrouded in mystery. He then goes on to talk about the new biome, where ivy covers everything, and I think he's talking about these purple vines that hang down, and then again says that it's shrouded in mystery. And so given the question, I'm pretty sure he's talking about some kind of secret that we have to find on Iki Island, and the secret could be the mythic tale. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Alright, next, let's go into the news story details we got. In the IGN interview, Patrick Downs goes on to say, we wanted to tell a story that lets us delve into Jin's past and some of the traumas that he dealt with in his growth from a young boy to a samurai. And in particular, we had this one notion of Iki Island as a place with a dark history with the Sakai clan that we wanted to explore. Taking into account the new screenshot that Sucker Punch posted on their Twitter, giving us a picture of Fort Sakai, means that at some point, the Sakai clan either ruled over Iki Island or ruled a part of the island. Big thanks to all you guys who threw out these theories to me, and it seems like that the death of Kazumasa, or Jin's dad, might have played a big role on why Jin's main story takes place in Tsushima. Next, moving on to more information about the eagle. They say that instead of using brute force like the Khan, the eagle actually takes a different tactic to reason with those she has conflicts with, providing an incredibly reasonable vantage point on why the Mongols taking control is actually going to be a good thing for the greater peace. She does this by explaining to the people of all the positives of what it's like to be a part of this really technological advanced empire that is stable. This actually plays a bigger role because Iki Island is so ruthless and consists of all these pirates and bandits after what seems like the Sakai clan lost control over the order of the island. Finally, let's go over the topic that has been a big discussion point on the paid PS5 upgrade. Press Start addressed this issue specifically, asking where the decision was made to charge for the PS5 upgrade when some other titles have free upgrades on new consoles. Jason Connell responded, saying that the thing that I think is most important for people to know is that those features that make it so specific to the PS5 weren't just generic hardware upgrades. They are fully enveloped into the Iki expansion and Jin's experience on Iki. He says that they're really tightly connected to one another, and that's kind of the reason why they didn't look at them as kind of separate. Just to go over again, the features that they added on the PS5 were better haptics and adaptive triggers, Japanese lip sync, and the 3D audio. This is something that they actually went more into depth with, calling it 3D spherical audio. Before, you would hear things like the guiding wind, maybe going from left to right, or coming towards you from the front and towards the back. However, with this 3D spherical audio, when a rainstorm comes in, you can actually hear the audio of the rain happening at your feet. So I'm actually really excited to see how much this makes a difference. I just recently got a PS5, and so with the graphical update, I'm really excited to see how much of a difference this spherical audio makes. And so with that, that's pretty much the gist of all the new information that we found out. If you guys want to read the full interviews, I'll leave a link to all 5 down below in the description. If you guys found this helpful, please drop a like and consider subscribing for all things Ghost of Tsushima. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope to catch you in the next one, and GG.